Hi, I am Janelle Hoops, and the resource that I will be reviewing today is called News Literacy Project. And along with that, we'll look at Checkology as well because they're connected, as you will see. But this is a resource that's all about news or media literacy and how do you teach that to your students. It looks to me like it has potential to be a wonderful resource that I look forward to using with my students. This website can easily be found at newslit.org, or you could just do a Google search for News Literacy Project. It was very easy for me to find it when I was looking. So if you find it there, it looks like this. Come down, it tells you a little bit of their purpose here. It says News Literacy Project is a nonpartisan national education nonprofit, provides programs and resources for educators and the public to teach, learn, and share the abilities needed to be smart, active consumers of news and information, and equal and engaged participants in democracy. And like, who wouldn't want that for their students, right? So if you look up here, there's a lot of resources for educators. And there's, again, a video there to introduce you to Newslit Nation. There's a lot of these videos that make it really user-friendly. Scroll down here. There's a list of educator tools I'd like to draw your attention to. There's just a ton of stuff here. I've only begun to scratch the surface. We'll talk about Checkology here in a little bit, but they have a resource library that has lesson plans, quizzes, and various classroom materials. You can select what grade level you're looking for. You can also look down here. Did you want a lesson? Did you want an activity? Did you want a quiz? So there's lots of different things there that you can work with. They also have in here a newsletter that, at least the ones I looked at, were trying to highlight the misinformation in the news in that past week. So it's like very fresh and current. So you could potentially go over that with your students every week. Just kind of what are some of the conspiracy theories that are going around right now. You can connect with journalists who could come actually visit your classroom or do like a Zoom meeting with the classroom. There's professional development opportunities. They have a podcast. There's just tons of information here. The thing that perhaps interested me the most is this Checkology. And this has more lesson plans for you to use in class. And I teach high school history, so to me, I'm especially interested in how I can help my students to consume news in a reasonable way. So I've already gone on and made an account, which is super easy to do. So you register now and you tell them you're an educator, your name and your location, and it's completely free. So I go ahead and log in here. Checkology is all about teaching students how to be critical thinkers when it comes to media that they're consuming, how to fact check things, and that kind of thing. So you can easily create a class. I already did that. You add the class, you give it the title. Super simple. Once you do that, it gives you a URL and a class code that you could give to your students so that they could come and join your class. And then from there, you can add content and you can check their progress. They have several lesson plans that you can use. Most of these, the ones I looked at, all appear to be video with questions embedded every minute or two. So it progresses kind of like an ed puzzle. Watch a little bit, answer a question, watch a little bit, answer a question. So it requires the students to be engaging with the content. But there are also some different kinds of activities down here, as well as some fact-checking missions at the bottom. So a variety of activities there between these two websites that could be done. And then you can go in and you can check their progress, which I don't have any students to do anything with them at the moment. The only weakness I really saw so far is it didn't always look clear to me how long the lessons are expected to last and if students can come and go from the lesson, if they could stop partway through and resume where they left off. So that's where I could see a potential weakness. I want to know how long this lesson will last and that work can be saved even if it's incomplete. So I have a few questions remaining, but I already got an email from the website. They seem to be very user-friendly and very available to answer those kinds of questions. So the uses for this website would be for teaching media literacy. I think this could be used through upper elementary all through high school. On the Bloom's taxonomy, it's teaching the students how to analyze and evaluate sources. As far as SAMR, I would say this is a modification level. It's definitely not a substitution. Because we're talking about consuming digital media, it really needs to be a digital source. It's full of audio and video. you just couldn't quite mimic that with pencil and paper. So I think it's much higher than just the substitution or augmentation, but it doesn't go so far as having the students creating material. So I would not call it redefinition. So I would say it's a modification. Again, I think this is a potentially valuable resource, and I hope that you found something there you could use.